Alright team, I just want to explain what safety netting looks like. Now safety nets are all about just developing situational awareness to make sure that you don't make catastrophic mistakes out in your clinical practice or make little whoopsies in your assessments that cost you in your grade points. So safety netting can be done at any time, and really it's just scanning around and trying to keep a real conscious eye on what's happening in the scene as you're managing the resuscitation. The structure I use is ABC. So I would say, all right, I'm thinking about my safety nets. I'm looking at the airway. I've got an LMA in place. It's inflated. Oh, and I find that my Thomas tube holder isn't actually secured. So I'd go ahead and correct that. And have a little fiddle with everything, make sure it's nice and tight. Going back through my circuit of ventilation things, I find that, oh, this cap on this filter has come off. So I'm going to push that down to make sure that we're not having any air leak. I find that, oh, my end-tidal CO2 is not connected. And this is helping me to fill in all these gaps by being sequential. When we come up to our BVM, we're starting to think about the breathing stuff. So I'm thinking my BVM's fully composed, I've got all the bits and pieces here. In this case, I'd be using a 15:2 ratio and making sure that we're staying on track with the ventilation volumes that we're actually providing. My oxygen tubing is connected to the bottle, and it's the bottle is full. Coming to C, we're thinking about our compressor, keeping an eye on their technique of their chest compressions to make sure that they are got good depth, got good recoil, keeping in time with the metronome and not apparently really fatigued, and making sure that we're swapping regularly. We can keep an eye on the defibrillator to make sure that it's doing what we would really anticipate, and that it's displaying a timer and that it's counting down between cycles. And that sequence can be done in bits and pieces, so I might have just enough time to check my airway and then come and check my breathing things later on at a different point, depending on the stage of the resus that you're at. But really it's just about keeping a scan going, flicking between the different things that you've got control over, and that might include things like bystanders and family members and scene management.